Hey there, welcome back to my channel if you're returning, or welcome if you're new. This video will be all about the legs. It will be glute, ham, and quads with a little bit of calves in there. This will get the legs super fired up and awakened. I'm starting out with some walking lunges, and this is to warm up my knees because I do have a bad knee and I'm trying to work towards getting them stronger. So with that in mind, they have to get a little bit warmed up. So I just do this for about 2 rounds, 60 seconds, twice, and then I'm gonna move on to the next thing. And what's great about this is that it starts to get everything working, like the glute, knees, hams, quads, all that stuff is starting to get fired up and working. And then we'll be going into some kickbacks, and what this will do is get the glutes activated, that mind to muscle connection, to help make sure that when I'm actually doing some glute focused exercises, I can actually feel where the burn is and have it really work. I'm pairing it with the walking lunges, so it's the double walking lunges and kickbacks to help keep my knees still going and still warming up. So now we're going to put up the incline because we're going to do some speed walking, and to make this a quality part of the warm-up, it's really engaging the glutes. And I kind of call it like a sexy walk, where I'm putting a lot of like tension in the glutes, one foot in front of the other, and clenching as hard as I can so that I can really feel the burn. The harder you clench, the harder it will feel. So to make it more intense, just focus in on that glute clench. I've also got this on the highest incline to feel the maximal amount of burn. Now I'm going to be going backwards on the treadmill at a very slow speed, like 1.2, and I'm going to be walking backwards. And this is going to help really engage the quads. The lower I go, the more it'll get glutes, and I try to go as low as possible. I'm really working to strengthen the back just as much, so the lower I go, then the more that will happen. I will be doing this for 30 seconds for 3 rounds. This portion's about 5 to 7 minutes, and then a small little cool down, and then I move on to my next thing. So we're going to be dynamic stretching, and this first one, you gotta really sit into it and lean your butt backwards to feel this one where you're supposed to. And shifting your weight side to side is what will help get that deep stretch on the inner thighs as well. So next I'm going to be doing some bent over touches, followed up with some calf stretches by rocking my hips from side to side, straight leg getting the stretch, and then after that I'm going to be leaning my chest forward and doing a hamstring stretch that way. And the best part about dynamic stretching is that it prepares you for the movements that you will be doing in your workout. It will give you the range of motion that you need so that you don't feel tightness, and so that you can effectively and much more properly finish the movement for whatever exercise that you're trying to perform. So next, my tried and true favorites, leg swings, front and back. I do them 15 to 20 times, going front ways and sideways as well. These really help prepare me to get into deeper squats. So continuing with the hip flexors, we're gonna do some knee rainbows, get them nice and open. And I'm gonna follow up with some really deep squats, holding that for a bit and pushing up with my heels. So I'm gonna start to feel this in my glute. This is another glute engagement type of like exercise, and it really does burn too. So now I am ready to do the finishers. Let's go. So starting with, well, these are really deep single legged, like presses. And the gist of this was to imitate a pistol squat in a way. I have difficulty when I get all the way down in a pistol squat, getting myself back up, and I realized it's that ending part that really gets me. So on the leg press at Planet Fitness in particular, I just put my bottom leg through the bottom, and then the working leg, I make sure I bend that really well. And the way that the seats work at Planet Fitness, you're not able to push them all the way down, so I kind of have to like slouch in my seat, which is probably not the best. So this is probably some bad advice here, but it works. I'm aware of what it's doing, and I haven't had any injuries or any irritations or anything like that, so I'm still doing these. And really, I feel them so much the next day in my glutes. My glutes are destroyed. Like, it's incredible. So now some glute focused back extensions. You cannot go wrong with these because these burn, like they burn. And for me to feel it, I start with some body weight ones so I can get the mind to muscle connection going, knowing where I'm going to squeeze, making sure that my form is good. And then that's when I move on to grabbing the weight, depending on how many reps. If it's high reps, I'm going to use a 25 plate. If I want to do like the normal hypertrophy or muscle growth range, which is like 6 to 12, then I will grab a 45 plate. And the trick to really making it burn more in your glutes too is to keep the weight away from your hips or the hinge spot as far as possible. So I have the weight close to my forehead, and I'm really feeling it here versus if I were to have it on my chest. So after a couple of these, oh man, I am feeling it. And you'll know that you're doing it correctly if you turn and then your face is just going all types of craziness. Like, yes, you did good. So to keep the burn going, some Bulgarian split squats. Oh yes, this you will feel the fire, especially when you make sure that your depth is going all the way down and you're really driving yourself upwards. You'll feel it both in your glutes and your quads. Like, this is a very good finisher. It's a good workout in itself to like add to like the beginning, add in a superset, or if you want to keep a burn going. I just absolutely hate Bulgarian split squats. So I'm doing 20 of these on each leg, and I'm doing it 3 times. Now that right there is a killer. So a great way to use cardio as a tool is to continue your burn with the muscles that you were using with a cardio machine. So in this case, I'm using the bike and I'm doing intervals. 30 seconds on, 20 seconds slower. And I'm going to be doing this for only 5 minutes. But the trick is to put up the intensity so it feels like almost like a leg press in motion. And once you go to one of the higher levels, it's going to get real intense. Like you can see my face, like I'm really trying to push, like really trying. So it's a good way to get your sweat on and to get your legs, you know, nice and burnt, crispy. If you like content like this, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.